Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlog. Now we are on Wildcard Weekend of the NFL season, first week of the playoffs. I would like to say I humbly apologize for being so late with this NFL vlog. I had a busy day and now I'm just going to give you my picks for these this weekend's key matchups for these AFC and NFC Wildcard matchups. Start with the game between Cincinnati at Houston. Now this is going to be a battle of two young quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, TJ Yates of Houston and Andy Dalton of the Bengals of Cincinnati. This is going to be a key matchup between the two. Now, last game, we saw TJ Yates orchestrate a great comeback for Houston to pull off the 1-point victory at Cincinnati. But this game is going to be at Houston. All of the Houston players are all rested up. Andre Johnson is back for this matchup. I'm going to have to go with Houston over Cincinnati. I believe that Cincinnati's defense is going to keep the Bengals still part of the game, still keep the game close, but I don't think their offense is going to pull up enough points against that Houston defense with Cushing, D'Amico O'Ryan, and a lot of key pass rushers with J.J. Watts and Brooks Reeves. And I think this is going to be key for this game for Houston. I think their defense is going to step up just enough to stop Cincinnati's offense. So I'm going to have to go with Houston at Houston. Next game to look at, Detroit is going to be traveling to New Orleans at 8 o'clock tonight to play the Saints. This is going to be a great matchup because these two have two good offenses, mainly from Drew Brees orchestrating an outstanding offense for the New Orleans Saints. He broke Dan Marino's record 2 weeks ago in most passing yards in the season. He's having an MVP type season between him and Aaron Rodgers of Green Bay, and I do like all the weapons around him. Marcus Colston, the uses of Darren Sproles. He has another 2,000 yards all-purpose season, not only returning the football but also catching the football outside of the backfield and running. He's a good scat running back for the New Orleans Saints. Also, they have Pierre Thomas, and they have a good rotation with Lance Moore and company. Lance Moore is actually out for this game due to injuries, but they still have a lot of key weapons with Jimmy Graham and a lot of great weapons on that receiving core with Meacham and Devery Henderson. Now going to Detroit, they have Megatron, their star receiver, all-pro type. He's having a tremendous year, over double-digit touchdown receptions this year, and he's having a great combination with him and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is finally having that breakthrough season. But overall, New Orleans defense, especially this game being at New Orleans, I believe that defense is going to have a lot of takeaways. Their defense is having a great year this season with takeaways, and I think they're going to turn the ball over a couple of times for Detroit and give Drew Brees more opportunities to throw more touchdown passes. And I think the Saints is going to have a high-scoring game between the 30s and up. I think that the Saints are going to have at least 30 points in this matchup, and the defense is just going to stop Detroit just enough. So I'm going to have to go with the Saints over Detroit. Now, Sunday night's matchups. Tomorrow, the first Sunday game is Atlanta at New York Giants. Honestly, Atlanta's defense has been playing terrible for the past couple of weeks, especially with that being torched by Drew Brees at New Orleans. But this time they're playing against a tough New York Giant team who plays well under pressure. They won the NFC East Championship last week against beating Dallas, and I think they're still hungry. Tom Coughlin, there's a lot of rumors with Tom Coughlin being fired at the end of this season, depending on the results of this year. But this actually reminds all of us of so much of what happened back in 2007 when the Giants won the Super Bowl. Tom Coughlin had to deal with a lot of pressure. He was on the verge of getting fired that season, but they ended up winning the Super Bowl, and this might happen this year. This Giants team is hungry, and I'm going to have to go with New York over the Atlanta because the defense of Atlanta has been playing like a slouch, playing terrible, and I believe that Eli Manning is very hungry. He's having another good MVP. He had a good performance last week, and he's looking to make it to that Super Bowl again and win another MVP award. I'm going to have to go with the Giants over the Atlanta Falcons. And finally, the Sunday night matchup between Pittsburgh and Denver. Denver, I have to give them a lot of props. Tim Tebow led them to a lot of great comebacks, but they're playing against that steel curtain defense. That defense is going to step up this game. I think the magic has been gone for Denver's quarterback, Tim Tebow. The defense might keep them within the game, especially with Rashad Mendenhall out for this game. He tore his knee, and he's going to be out for the remainder of the season, so they have to rely more on Isaac Redman running the football, but I think he's still a good enough running back to get a couple of scores this game and to have at least 100 yards in this matchup for that Steeler offense. I really believe in Isaac Redman at the running back back position. Big Ben is a little bit banged up, but I think he's still going to do just a good enough job over Denver. I just do not believe in Tim Tebow under pressure in the playoffs. Yes, he had a couple of great comebacks, but I believe that the magic is up at Denver, even though this game is going to be at the Broncos' home field advantage at their stadium. But I'm still going to have to go with the steel curtain over Denver in this matchup. But for this weekend's games, I believe that they're going to have great games that we're going to watch. A couple of high-scoring games, especially at the New Orleans matchup between New Orleans and the Detroit Lions. But I believe that all these picks, all these games are going to be great matchups to see what happens next week in the division round of the playoffs. Thank you for watching this blog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.